From a teenager who confessed to a double murder to a serial killer who called 911 many times. Today, Fact Faction looks at 5 killers' disturbing calls to emergency services. First up is the shocking confession made by 17-year-old Jake Evans, who called 911 to report the murder of his mother and younger sister. In the call, which was made in 2012, Jake explained in terrifying detail how he killed both his mother and sister using a gun he had stolen from his grandfather, and talked about his thoughts before and after the killings. He explained that he was influenced by the horror film Halloween. He admired the killer in the film because he did not have any empathy. Leading up to the incident, Evans had gotten angry at his 15-year-old sister Mallory due to hearing her say something racist. According to Evans, this made him despise his family, and as a result, he saw them as bullies and racists. In his full 4-page confession, Jake also explained that he was planning on killing his grandparents who lived opposite his house, as well as his older sister, but had second thoughts after the murders. In 2015, Evans was sentenced to 45 years in prison.
Concord County 911, where is your emergency?
My house.
Okay, what's the emergency?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
What?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
You just killed your mother and your sister? How did you do that?
I shot him with a .22 revolver.
Are you sure they're dead?
Yes.
Next up is Brian Sweat. At the age of 27, he committed mass murder in Greenwood County, South Carolina. His victims ranged from the ages of 9 to 51 years old. Among the victims were Chandra Fields, the mother of Sweat's baby daughter, both of her parents, and 2 of Chandra's nephews. It is believed that Sweat had broken in and waited for the victims in their home while they were out, and then took them hostage as soon as they returned. He bound them with duct tape and then shot the majority of them. He then called 911 and calmly told the operator that he was about to commit suicide and that he was extremely stressed. He also told them that he had a weapon in hand.
Greenwood 911, may I help you?
Oh, yes, I need an officer at 2007 Callison Highway.
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm just stressed out, and I'm about to take my life.
What's your name?
Please put it out. It's unknown.
Okay, do you have a weapon with you?
Huh?
Do you have a weapon with you?
Yes. Get in there.
Don't point at me.
What's going on?
Before the tragedy took place, Sweat wrote many Facebook posts stating how angry he was with Chandra, as according to him, Chandra was stopping him from seeing his daughter. Fortunately, there were some lives that Sweat spared on the day of the massacre, one of whom was his daughter, who he told to get out of the house, as well as 4 other children. The children ran to a neighbor's house, and the neighbor also called 911.
Greenwood 911.
This is...
Yes.
I live at 2...
What's going on?
I just got 4 kids at my door that says that somebody just killed their mama.
Wait a minute.
Locked in this house.
Look, I need at 20... She's got 4 kids there saying somebody just killed their mother.
Sweat had a long history of violence and had previously been charged with assault. On the day he decided to take many people's lives, he was actually due in court for a burglary charge, and there was a possibility of him going to prison for 30 years. After shooting the 5 family members, Sweat turned the gun on himself. Dale Cregan was well known in his hometown of Manchester as a hard man and was a notorious drug dealer, making up to £20,000 a week. He enjoyed traveling and would always fly business class, even though he officially classed himself as a plasterer. While in Thailand, Cregan lost his left eye after getting into a fight. Back in England in May 2012, the 29-year-old got into another fight in a pub and ended up shooting and killing 23-year-old Mark Short. During the incident, Cregan also attempted to kill 3 other men. 2.5 months later, Dale Cregan traveled to Mark Short's 46-year-old father's house and murdered him in the same fashion before throwing a hand grenade at his body. After being on the run for some time, on September 18, 2012, Cregan murdered 2 female police officers by shooting them at least 8 times each and throwing an M75 hand grenade at them. In order to get the police to his house, he had made a hoax call to 999 and made up a story of an attempted burglary. On the phone, Cregan provided the phone operator with in-depth detail about the criminal and told them where the supposed criminal had fled to, and even made a joke. What is really disturbing about this phone conversation is how he calmly told the operator that he would be waiting for the police.
Police emergency.
Someone just threw a big concrete slab through my back window and ran off.
Of the house or a car? What are we talking?
No, sorry, my back window in the house.
In the house. What's the address there, please?
30 Abbey Gardens, Mosham.
Did you see them?
Seen one, yeah.
You know them?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Do you know why they've done it?
I haven't got a clue.
So it's all one person running off, yeah?
Yeah.
Which way have they ran? What direction?
Ran there's a field at the back, and I've seen them running over the field. I can point it out to the officer.
Your name, please?
Adam.
What's your second name, Adam?
Darcy.
Right, I'll get an officer up there, have a look around, see if they can see anybody similar, and then they'll come and see you. All right, Adam?
How long would it take? Do you know roughly? I know that it's not that serious.
Well, because it's just happened, it's gone in on the priority, so that's within the hour, certainly. But
okay.
They'll try and get up there as soon as, if there's a possibility he's still knocking about.
All right then, thanks very much.
Okay.
I'll wait. I'll be waiting.
All right, Adam.
All right,
bye. Bye.
Once the police officers arrived at the house in Greater Manchester, Cregan opened the door and immediately began shooting at the officers, who unfortunately did not have a chance to react. After the brutal murders, Cregan traveled to a local police station and handed himself in. He told them proudly that he was wanted by the police and then confessed to his awful crimes. On June 13, 2013, Cregan was found guilty of 4 counts of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder and was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. On August 3, 2010, Omar Thornton was called into his place of work at the Hartford Distributors in Manchester, Connecticut, and was confronted with security camera footage which showed him stealing beer. The 34-year-old was a delivery driver for the distributors, and because of the theft was given the options of either resigning from the company or being fired. Thornton decided to sign the resignation papers. Shortly after the signing, and without warning, Thornton pulled out 2 semi-automatic pistols which he had been concealing in his bag and opened fire. In a matter of minutes, he had murdered 8 employees and seriously injured 2 others. After the shooting was over, Omar locked himself in an office and called his mother and informed her of the massacre. He also told her that he was about to take his own life. He then called 911 and gave his reasons for the shooting. Here is the call.
State Police.
It's 911.
Yeah, can I help you?
This is Omar Thornton, the shooter over in Manchester.
Yes, where are you, sir?
I'm in the building.
You probably want to know the reason why I shot this place up. This place here is a racist place.
Yep, I understand that.
They treat me bad over here and treat all other black employees bad over here, too. So I take it into my own hands and handle the problem. I wish I could have got more of the people.
Yeah. Are you armed, sir? Do you have a weapon with you?
Oh, yeah, I'm armed.
How many guns do you have with you?
I got one now. There's one out in the factory there.
Yep. Okay, sir.
I'm not going to kill nobody else, though.
Yeah. We're going to have you surrender yourself somehow here. Not make the situation any worse, you know what I mean?
These cops are going to kill me.
No, they're not. We're just going to have to get you to relax.
I'm relaxed and calm down.
To have you, turn yourself over. How much ammunition you have with you?
I got a lot of shots left. Oh.
What's that?
All right. I guess this conversation is over. I have to take care of business. Tell my people I love them.
Yeah.
And I gotta go now.
Oh, my.
After the call ended, Thornton took his own life by shooting himself in the head before police could get to him. His family and ex-girlfriend claimed that he had complained many times that he was being racially discriminated at work. His ex also claims that she saw a picture on his phone which showed racist graffiti inside the bathroom where he worked. The company's president, other employees, and union officials are adamant that the racist claims are not true. The last killer on this list is probably the most infamous, as he made numerous chilling phone calls over the span of 2 years. His phone calls to the authorities were so strange that he was nicknamed the Weepy-Voiced Killer. His name was Paul Michael Stefani. After each brutal crime he committed, he would call the police in an emotional manner and confess, but would never give his name. It all started on New Year's Eve in 1980, after he beat a female named Karen Potak so badly that she gained a brain trauma and was close to dying. The 21-year-old was walking home from a New Year's party late at night in Minneapolis when she was brutally attacked with a tire iron. Stefani then called 911 and informed the police where the woman was.
Yes, please, this is an emergency. Please send a squad to Pierce Butler Road, Molenberg Manufacturing Company, machine shop. Please, there's an ambulance too. There's a girl hurt there.
Can you tell me what happened to her?
Just hurry. She's laying on the ground in the back by the railroad tracks, by the edge here. Hurry.
What's the address?
I don't know.
Who are you?
Police found Karen, and she was taken to the hospital with severe injuries but survived the attack. Stefani's next victim was 18-year-old Kimberly Compton. Kimberly accepted a ride from Stefani in June 1981 after meeting him in a diner. Using an ice pick, Stefani stabbed the teenager 61 times and then once again called 911 and confessed.
Oh, you find me? I just stabbed somebody with an ice pick. I can't stop myself. I keep killing somebody.
2 days later, Stefani called back and apologized for the murder and claimed that he would turn himself in. However, he never did. 8 days after killing Kimberly, the Weepy-Voiced Killer called 911 and yet again apologized.
Don't talk, just listen. I'm sorry what I did to Compton. I couldn't help it. Don't know why I had to stab her. I am so upset about it. I keep getting drunk every night. I can't believe I did like a big dream. I can't think of being locked up. If I get locked up, I'll kill myself. I'd rather kill myself than get locked up. I'll try not to kill anybody else.
In 1982, Stefani murdered another woman, Kathleen Greening, by drowning her in her bathtub, but this time did not call to confess the crime. Later that year, Barbara Simons was stabbed over 100 times and her body was found in a Minneapolis river. 2 days later, police received this call.
Please don't talk, just listen. I'm sorry I killed that girl. I stabbed her 40 times. Kimberly Compton was the first one over at I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm sick. I'm going to kill myself, I think.
Where are you?
I'm just going to... If somebody dies with a red shirt on, it's me. I killed both of you. I'm sorry. I'll never make it to heaven.
Calm down.
Stefani's final victim was a 21-year-old prostitute named Denise Williams. Stefani picked her up and took her to his apartment to have sex. After leaving the apartment, instead of dropping the young woman back at the red light district as he had promised, Stefani drove down a dark and secluded road and brutally attacked her with a screwdriver. He stabbed her multiple times. Fortunately, Denise was able to strike him in the head with a glass bottle and managed to get away. As a result, Stefani was bleeding pretty badly, so he decided to call for medical help. Investigators recognized his voice and were able to link this call to the attack on Denise Williams, and Stefani was arrested. Investigators were then also able to link Stefani to the murder of Barbara Simons, and in 1983 he was given a 40-year sentence. After many years in prison, in 1997, Paul Stefani confessed to all of his crimes, and police were able to officially link him to the weepy-voiced killer calls. Paul Stefani died in prison in 1998 after suffering from skin cancer. Thanks for watching this video. If you have a suggestion for another video, then please leave it in the comments below.